Welcome to Real Flix Reviews. We're like a book club for people who hate reading, and this week is our short film episode, and we bring you no movie news at the end of the program. Today we have Jonathan Charney, James
Hello.
Stevens, and the freak in the little box, Ryan Preston. As we said in the opening, we're doing short films. Roughly most of the short films that I've seen on the internet are, 1 to 45 minutes?
Yeah, somewhere around
Yeah, hopefully under 45 minutes.
there.
And the reason why we wanted to do short films is there's so many tremendous short films by people we hope that'll direct in the future that we figured we'd highlight some of our favorite ones we've seen throughout the last year. So Ryan, what's yours?
Okay. Like you said, most of these are from, like film students and things like that, and just more like showcasing kind of things that they do. And nowadays you have so many resources to be able to do things. I mean, back in the day it was just, let's get this short sort of one-act story out, and a lot of those were really great because you're throwing a lot of information at people at once. But nowadays, the amount of information that they can put towards you just with the technology is great. The one I picked is called Sight. It was made in 2012 by a group of Israeli film students from the Bezalel Academy of Arts, and it's a short about a futuristic kind of film about augmented reality and gamification, sort of in a way where it's just kind of showcasing like what would happen in this semi-futuristic setting where you have a computer that's essentially a contact lens.
Yeah, Google Glass.
Google Glasses.
So was it a contact or was it actually the eye?
It was a contact.
Okay.
It was it's like little contact computers, or I don't know if it was an implant.
Well,
they really didn't go into it, but it basically just
Google
showed
Glass and then compact it and put it over your eye.
right, and while showing this guy's sort of setup for like this date that he was about to go on, and sort of these other little things that he was doing, these little games that he was playing. It kind of just brought you in, like dumped you right in the middle of sort of what this technology has brought us to.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what it was generally about, was just, sort of monkey's paw kind of story. Be careful what you wish for, semi thing. I sort of got that sense of like, oh wow, this is where technology's going. It might not be the singularity, but it might be something like this, and it's sort of the future that we're cultivating for ourselves, essentially. And basically what these glasses do is augment your reality to where you can be playing a game, just, watching TV on your blank wall, playing, little apps and stuff like that, adding information, checking other people's information based off their, sight system.
It's like the iPhone, but attached to your eyeballs.
Exactly, right.
Pretty much.
But if your iPhone can scan other iPhones in the area and sort of, pull up your Facebook profile, like sort of right there in front of you. And
see, that's
and
that was one of the things I thought was kind of funny, is they're in the mid-date and he just asked her, so is there anything not on your profile I need to know? It's like, what?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And sort of
We get to know people through
like
profile.
everybody's posting everything about themselves at any given moment in this future, which is not as far off from where it is now.
People can't walk and talk on the phone at the same time. I can't imagine trying to do what they did in this short film.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just how many people would be hit by a car while they're playing, skydiving games.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought was funny is the lady was talking about how her eyes crashed. I couldn't imagine that technology. It's still crashing in the future, and it's attached to your eyeballs, so you can't see anything.
Right, but then, and really, I think the point of it, the overall message was sort of be careful what you allow people to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we're accepting all this technology, but what is going to be the eventual cost? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who has the most benefit from it? But, and then, obviously it's sort of an extremist point of view with the whole stop, then let's try this again, kind of thing.
Where he hacked her?
Yeah, where he hacked the thing and went all mind control on her. I love the command prompt though. That was good.
That was pretty cool.
I was hoping for some DOS or Unix commands personally. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
But listen, like the point is there is no program that's created that the programmer doesn't throw a backdoor into.
Yeah.
That doesn't throw in a programmer code or or some kind of way for him to go back and adjust things or whatever. So even with that kind of technology, you start getting into brain implants and things like this in whatever 20, 30 years. There's still probably going to be that technology of a guy, like I'm going to leave myself a little entrance in the back here.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, that's I thought it was kind of a poignant sort of a thing done very, very well. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I always like the just dumping you right in the middle of these worlds, in 7.5 minutes,
I thought this was actually extremely scary. We're so like you said, Ryan, we're so dependent on this stuff. I don't know, something about that, because I always thought it'd be cool to have an HUD or some sort of thing, like that. But this kind of, it's like, oh, dude, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was kind of funny because, I mean, during his date, I mean, there were little things like popping up, like give her a little smile, change the subject,
Because he was playing his game Wingman.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was kind of funny that, I mean, he had that in there with his date, and it was giving him little kind of hints as to what to do. So I think that would be kind of cool for, people who are socially awkward or don't know how to talk to people very well.
And that's what a lot of people are saying right now, is that a lot of our memory isn't being stored in our brains anymore. It's being stored on these devices. So everybody has become like genius level sort of shit.
I was kind of hoping you'd hear "you got mail" somewhere in there, just because I thought that would have been funny. Even 40 years from the future, you can't get away from that.
But I actually liked this little short. I thought it was really well done. Like Ryan said, it was well put together for, it was just under 7 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah, it was extremely well done.
Yeah. So, of course, as most shorts, I mean, you're not going to get well acted anything.
It wasn't that bad, I thought.
But I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't very well acted, but I mean, it was good enough for, film students and and that type of thing. I thought the story was really well. I mean, it wasn't time wasted, is what I thought. I thought it was really cool little concepts.
They were able to throw enough information so you could automatically get the idea of the story and carry on from there.
Yeah, and I thought that this type of story that he has could be developed into a great actual full-fledged story. It could be a really great break into an idea or a type of world where we've somewhat already seen a little bit of kind of I wouldn't go as far as say Johnny Mnemonic, but kind of that futuristic world. Some people were throwing in Blade Runner, but I think that's bullcrap.
I'll be honest. I think with all of these, I'd love to see a longer or a continuation of the story. They give you enough that you want more, which is something generally, even from Hollywood, I don't do. Yeah. I want more out of these because these were original stories that are actually fascinating.
Yeah.
One of the comments on the YouTube, because it's posted on YouTube, it was published there, I think it's September. One of the first comments was, or one of the most thumbed up comments was, "I wonder what happens next."
Yeah. I saw that
rape.
one.
Come on, what do you think happens next?
Rape?
Sick bastards. Cyber rape.
Yeah.
Augmented reality cyber rape.
It's not rape, she won't remember.
Oh, Jesus, John.
She didn't say no. She didn't say no.
But if you think about it in that story,
wow.
the character and the story-wise and that they were showing, she won't remember.
If they have to use a rape kit, it still counts.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it pops up like, achievement unlocked.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, great. Life's like Xbox.
Well, that's what the wall reminded me of, because she was talking about the video games, and then that's where she saw the achievement from Wingman.
Hey, what? Look, I got an achievement once for tying somebody up and putting them on railroad tracks in Red Dead Redemption, so there probably would be.
That's true. I forgot about that one.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
So who wants to go next? James, or do you want to?
I'll hop on. The one that I did was Tears of Steel. John, you said you had a pretty good synopsis of this one?
It says, according to the YouTube, it says Tears of Steel was realized through crowdfunding by users by using an open source creation tool called Blender.
Yeah, that's what it was. Blender. I was trying to remember the open source.
Is that like a Kickstarter kind of thing?
Yeah. So this was
Cool.
pretty much a Kickstarter film.
Yeah, well, Blender's the program they used, and I wish I looked harder. I didn't see where they got their funds from.
It's actually crowdfunded.
Yeah.
So it's people on the internet giving them funding to do it.
Yeah, well, is it a Kickstarter? There's a couple of versions of Kickstarter. People throw money in. I mean, I just was curious on what medium they used.
That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like this was put together by a bunch of people online who donated to it, and through an open source Blender, and they put it together, and it was done by a bunch of different graphic artists just to show what they could do with this tool.
It looks wicked expensive.
Yeah, it does. And I'm sure, I don't think it really was. I don't think it was all that wickedly expensive. But to me, this one, the actual premise of the story seems kind of like it's almost like a love story type thing.
It has an anime feel to it, I'll be honest. That was kind of the anime story I kind of got out of it.
But the graphics were really good. I mean, the story had some pretty decent sized holes in it as far as you coming in the middle of it. You're like trying to still figure out why he's trying to romance this robot so they can hack it type thing. And I thought it was a great concept. It was only done in 12 minutes. It was produced by a Netherlands company, I think it was.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, they look Scandinavian.
Yeah, it was Netherlands or somewhere around there. And to me, most of this film felt like they were trying to force so many different things in a time limit that they had. And a lot of the weapons they pulled out were kind of like, really?
I loved the guy when he puts his...
Yeah, and then they go into slow motion.
Yeah, that...
Yeah.
It's like when I was a kid, they had the Ninja Turtles that would throw pizzas at you, the toy weapon. That's what that reminded me. It was the disc launcher thing.
Yeah, but all in all, I think this one, Tears of Steel, was actually really well done for being basically online supported.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought it was really cool. I think the story needed a little bit more development, but for 12 minutes, how much of a story are you going to really develop, you know?
Oh, sorry.
And
my guy did some amazing shit in 6, so what's up?
Well...
You didn't do a thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
What are you talking about?
Lazy bastard.
But the story they were trying to tell was obviously some type of romance between this old guy and this robot. Now, my thinking, because they showed a person's brain in there, is that they probably took people's brains that were in the area and put them in these robots to have them controlled or something.
That was the guy that was the kid back in the day. The chick was the start of the whole robotics thing. She ended up becoming one of the actual robots. They still have her brain. They're trying to get him to do something different that he didn't do in the past so that she'll love him instead of destroying the world. That's what I got from it.
I kind of got that. I was getting there.
Slowly.
Yeah. But that's
Very
what
slowly.
that's what I mean by there's so many freaking plot holes.
Yeah, it was an insane thing. It was a really crazy plot to throw into 12 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It was way too much.
I was going to say, but I think instead of plot holes, there's just so much to throw at you that it seems there's not enough to hash everything out.
Yeah.
They're really hoping that you understood, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly,
And some of it was subtle, some of it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think this one would be really well done if they did it in 30 minutes, not 12.
Or 3 to 10-minute installments, like episodes.
Yeah, but like Ryan said, I think the graphics that they did were so expensive and so immense that I'm thinking that probably ate up a lot of their time limits.
I'd had to. I gotta say, the end of the movie, I'd loved the line, "It could have gone worse."
Yeah.
Right.
As all these robots are coming in, destroying everything and destroying around them, the lady looks around. Could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Worse than what?
Right, yeah, like everybody dies.
Yeah. Worse than the robot blowing up the entire world.
Worse than this post-apocalyptic, crazy dystopian future.
I thought the tagline on this one was pretty funny. He wanted to be awesome in space.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that was the craziest line. I almost wanted to shoot the TV. I just want to be awesome in space. What the fuck am I watching here? What is going on?
Yeah.
but somehow I can see you actually saying that, Ryan.
Me?
I wanna
Holy
be awesome
shit.
in
If I ever
space.
say that, kill me. or something.
I could totally hear you saying that. Dude, I just want to be awesome in space. Oh, maybe it was when I first met you as a kid.
Oh, man. You know what? Speaking of me as a kid, I just got my new driver's license, man. I just compared the two pictures of the 10 years in between. Wow.
It's to say that the couple other things I say is like the other one. I want to know more, and like everybody else said, the color choices, the visuals, everything is actually really well thought out. I just wish they thinned down the story a tad.
Tad.
Really.
Yeah, and the gun thing with the switch was another one. It's like, seriously?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
It was the one. It's like, okay, you just stole a toggle switch. What exactly does it do?
Maybe that was the safety.
That's
that
a
made a
possibility.
floating platform turn on. That apparently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Was that controlling the
That's
the
what
was that a decoy platform?
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
So.
it's like apparently when it wasn't lit up, that none of the robots could see it, even though it was floating above their heads.
It's the
Well, I
size
thought-
of a freaking dirigible.
I thought his juice box was kind of cute.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
cool.
and that's what I was thinking, dude. In the future, we still haven't figured out better technology than a juice box. Even fucking hippies had Boda bags back in the day. And
But-
juice boxes. That's the best.
What did it say on it?
I don't know. I didn't look at
I
it.
was
too
really
close.
hanging. It was either I was really hoping it was going to say Tang.
You're right.
Oh,
But I bet you that was a dare. Watch this. I'm gonna drink a juice box in the midst of this.
totally.
No, that was purposely placed there, like that. They're still using
Advertisement.
juice boxes.
Or it's just a really old juice box.
Yeah,
he
that's what I
just-
was thinking too. Like in the dystopian future, they're just scavenging for things they can find, and a juice box happened to be it.
Exactly. The true the short I picked was one by called True Skin, and this one's synopsis was a sci-fi short in the not so distant future where augmentation is the way of life. For K, still a natural augmentation will help him keep pace in this now hyper-paced world. However, after acquiring an off-market prototype, K quickly finds himself fighting not only for his own humanity, but something much larger, which, by the way, describes the entire 12 minutes this movie is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 12 minutes. It's pretty short.
Um,
Shorter than mine.
I actually thought the visuals to me had kind of a Blade Runner look, but with a lot less rain and smog.
Right. That's pretty good. Yeah.
That was my first. The other part was in his visuals. There's ads.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would drive me
I
nuts.
hate ads
Yeah.
on iPhone apps. If I had it in my vision, I think I'd end up ripping my eyes out. That
I
was
think so
shooting
too.
myself.
I'd rather be blind.
Yeah.
I really, truly, truly would rather be blind than have advertisements projected in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I actually loved everything about this. This is the one that I really want to see more of. Like from the fact that people were walking around with really weird like face visuals.
Yeah.
You
Well,
remember-
not to mention the way that they left it. That seemed like the first episode of something kind of cool.
Didn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, you remember the old Nokia phones that had these cases that would do all sorts of lighting up and stuff?
Sure. Yeah.
That's what these people's faces reminded me
Right.
of. Just some
Yeah.
really random thing. I just love everything about this short.
This one, if you read the comments, a lot of people like compare it to Blade Runner, Total Recall. They just list all these
Total
films.
Recall. Seriously?
Yeah, with
where the
push
fuck?
the button, will download you into another body, another you.
That's
Not
kinda
really.
thin.
It's more like downloading a memory. Those people
Yeah.
are retarded.
Yeah,
It's kind of thin.
I kind of agree with you on that one, but there was a lot of things in there as far as like that just were kind of ripoffs from a bunch of different things. A lot from anime, from what I could see.
Well,
But
sort of.
very
I mean, it
Parasite
seemed to be
dolls.
sort of an
Yeah.
adaptation of just, I mean, out of how many future things have been done? There's,
Tons.
nothing really new under the sun, even when
Yeah.
it comes to sci-fi.
But I
Yeah.
thought this was really well placed because they just had a bunch of random things thrown together that I thought were really well done.
I did too. I thought the cinematography was really great. I thought the graphics
Yeah.
were really cool. The color scheme I thought was really well done. I liked,
Yeah,
like you said, in comparison to Blade Runner, I like this better. It looks like they kind of took a lens off of
the thing
Blade
that I
Runner.
thought, the one thing I thought was interesting that I don't this one actually had kind of layers. If you actually watched it, it actually showed a bunch of naturals that I was actually part of talking about it. They showed non-augmented humans, and they weren't doing well, and this was happening. I thought that was really well done. I thought they were able to have so much story, but not a whole lot that would confuse you. I think they had a
well, that's the thing I like. I really like the point of view that it was told from. I like the narration, the kind of old school sort of private eye film noir sort of narration that was going on with it too.
I really want to see what happened after, like, you know, he downloaded his consciousness.
Well,
right.
That's
what I said. Like, seemed like a first episode of something kind of cool.
No,
I agree.
As far as I'm concerned, this world would be a little scary.
Oh, hardcore.
Especially since the fact that, I mean, I think it would suck like hell to be tracked like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's your body giving off. I mean, thank you, Obamacare.
Right.
No.
All political opinions aside.
Yeah, I had to throw it in there, guys. You know. Anyway.
Strike one.
Now, my thing is there's a big plot hole here for the next episode.
Like what? Like what?
I mean, it says that he changed his face, but he still had that classified chip or whatever he called it in that body.
Mm-hmm.
So he downloads. How does he get the chip back?
Well, I'm assuming what it would be is now they're after him. They have him. They have his body, but they want him. So I'm assuming.
Or maybe it's a software upload. Well, no, they said it was a chip.
Yeah, they said it was a chip, though. But
so I'm assuming they're just going after him now, because he knew about it. I mean, I'm assuming it would be something like that.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was wicked classified or something crazy.
Yeah,
like that.
so I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
But
in
know,
that
look,
sense.
that's one of my favorite things about watching sci-fi shorts in general is just they dump you right in the middle of the world. They have no plan on ever explaining
anything,
one end or another of this. You know what I mean? They don't bookend it with these crazy explanations. You know, as far as like, this is how this works. This is how this works. This is why this is the way it is. They just put you there, give you the facts of the universe that it's in, and then tell you the story that it's about. You know, without having to get bogged down in all this kind of crazy why.
But the ones we've done today, I want more. I mean, I seriously, I want, especially this one. Or
except for James's, that was weird.
Well, that would take a couple of movies. That would take a Peter Jackson length movie to explain.
Right.
Yeah, no joke.
Exactly.
But I seriously, I loved this one. I saw it and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And it's a short. Damn.
Yeah.
Because right at the end, when he pushed the button, it's like, okay, what happens? And then the credits, like, you know, Stella moment. You know, it's like, no.
Yeah, I agree. As far as, are we giving any of these guys numbers, or what are we doing here?
Yeah. What do you think?
Shoot, I think just as far as I'd like to see some more from these kids.
I mean, here's my only thought is
I give them a 3 across the board if I'm gonna pick. I mean,
I have a hard time giving these numbers for some reason because these are short and some of these are student projects and some of them are just guys kind of goofing around. I like all of them. Far as rating, I don't know.
But I agree with Ryan. I want to see more from all these guys. I agree with that.
Except for you, you fucked up.
I was gonna say mine. I would like to see a little bit more from the graphics guys.
I want to see at least 5 more minutes of footage.
Right. Yeah.
So what do you think, Ryan? Do you think it's we should rate it?
I think it's kind of a bizarre to throw just numbers on these. If I did, like an average rating across the board. But I think the reason that we did this is just there's so many short films out there that are made by many different people in many different fields, graphic designers or just aspiring filmmakers. They don't take up too much of your time. People go and watch a few, shorts, some good stories. It doesn't have to be all cats playing with yarn on YouTube.
So instead of a rating, then we should see must see.
Yeah,
let's see more.
Well, let's just put this out. I mean, Ryan picked for the audience members out there. Ryan picked Sight.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Tears of Steel, and John picked True Skin.
These will be in the show notes at the bottom of the film on when we post it on Old Guy Tech's website and on YouTube, so you can directly go to where they link
and comment and let us know what you think of them.
This episode of Old Guy Tech TV is brought to you by Ward's Automotive. specializing in Banks Power and Pack Brake, servicing your car or truck and specializing in diesel engines. Over 30 years of service, located in Diamond Springs, California. Give them a call at 530-626-5588.